was it first that you came into contact with BFTC, or did you meet some of the people at BFTC before they started, or?
My wife worked in the School of Social Welfare at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and Wally Gingrich was a good friend of hers, and Elam Nunley was there as well, but she and Wally were particularly good friends. So I knew Wally for several years before I knew anything about therapy. And it was Wally who actually talked me into going out and meeting Steve and Insu and Eve and some other people, and talking about maybe doing a project. So it's all it all comes back to Wally.
Yeah. So when did you meet them?
I first met. You mean Eve and
Yeah.
Steve and. Yeah, it was. I can look up the exact date if I have it, but it was in the winter of 1984. We met. That was when their office was in the basement on Capitol Avenue, and we met in the basement one afternoon for several hours, watching videotapes and talking about them.
So, from your perspective, that must have been really interesting, because you're sitting on the other side of a one-way mirror watching tapes of people actually very close
actually,
up.
I didn't.
So,
I actually didn't find it very interesting.
No.
I just finished a study of people who were out of work and placed in what was called a welfare to work program. They were getting government assistance, but were also supposed to look for jobs. And I won't go into all of the details, but it was a very tense, dramatic, conflict-filled place. You couldn't help but pay attention when you were there, because everybody was on edge and there was a lot of yelling and that kind of thing. So I went from that to this quiet, sort of unemotional place where people just sort of sit around and talk. And it didn't come off as very interesting, given the contrast between the two. It wasn't until I'd been there for a while, actually been there and doing research for a while, that it began to be interesting to me.